Hello there! Today I have brought my new friend Chandler.
Hello!
How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm very excited to collab with you in real life.
Me too. We just made a really awesome video that's on their channel, so click on their face right here and you can watch that as well. So I just wanted to kind of introduce y'all to this new friend of mine who's so lovely and so adorable, and I'm so glad that we get to meet at VidCon. So in any case, I had a couple questions that I was thinking about asking you, but first I just wanted to ask, is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Of course.
Awesome.
I am always down for that interview style video.
Oh, fantastic. All right. First things first. Most importantly, no, not at all. When it comes to your gender identity, how do you identify?
I am agender, which means that I don't have a gender at all.
Whoa! Could you elaborate just a little bit on what agender means, or maybe what the difference is between agender versus like genderqueer?
Okay. So agender is under the non-binary genderqueer umbrella. So those just basically mean not 100% a girl or 100% a boy. And so that's why agender falls under that umbrella. But agender specifically means that you do not have a gender. So for me, I don't feel like a girl, I don't feel like a boy, I don't feel gender fluid, I don't feel demi boy, demi girl, I don't feel like I'm any other sort of gender. I feel like I just do not have one. My metaphor for it is, imagine someone keeps trying to put on sweaters on you. So like someone tries to put on a sweater and it just doesn't feel right. And so then someone tries to put on a different type of sweater and it doesn't feel right, and you just realize you feel better not wearing sweaters.
Yeah, especially those like itchy wool binary ones.
Oh my gosh. Everything feels like an itchy sweater, and I'm like, I don't even like sweaters. I don't want to wear a sweater.
I like that. That's wonderful. That's
my
a beautiful
metaphor.
metaphor.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing it. So, what was your journey like to discovering that you were agender? Was there anything, before that influenced, learning about this, or when did you learn? What's going on?
When did I learn? Okay. So I know a lot of people knew that they were trans ever since they were like really, really young. But I'm not one of those people. I didn't know I was agender until I was 16. And I'm not even, I'm 17 going on 18. So I didn't find out until like a little over a year ago. My sister's a trans woman.
Wow.
And when she first came out,
wonderful.
When she came out as trans, she was 16. And I remember for a while when I was 14, I thought, this was 2 years after she came out.
Okay.
I thought that I was bigender girl boy.
Okay.
And then I thought I was FTM like you are. At the same time when I was 14. And I remember my sister said to me once, I made a comment about like, sometimes I just really wish they were gone. I wish I was just flat. And she narrowed her eyes at me and she said, are you a trans boy? And I was like, no, I'm not. But then that's when I started thinking, oh my god, am I a trans boy? And I thought I was for about a year, which was my freshman year of high school when I was 14. Then when I was 15, I was like, I'm not trans. I'm just not. I'm a cis girl, I'm just a cute lesbian. And I was like the cute lesbian that wore like sweaters and leggings.
You wore sweaters?
I know!
What?
I totally destroyed my metaphor just then.
Well, but you took off the sweaters later on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, oh, thank goodness.
So that was when I was 15.
Wow.
And then I remember at the end of when I was 15, I remember I was so violently uncomfortable with people calling me a girl that I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not a girl. I have no gender. I'm just agender. I'm nothing. But I declared that on myself. So I didn't really feel that was the right term for me at the time. I just was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of people calling me this. This is not what I am. I'm just, you know what? Screw it. I have no gender whatsoever. And so I thought that I was agender at the end of that year. And then when I was 16 is when I started going, you know what? I think I really am agender. I don't think that was just something that I was sick and tired of gender. I think that really is how I feel. Gosh, that was around when I was 16, and I remember April 24th, I think, of my junior year of high school is when I finally started going by Chandler and coming out as agender.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And here I am.
And what pronouns are yours?
I use they, them, their pronouns.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
What an evolution
I
in
know.
high school. That must have been interesting.
Finally, I felt like I had found what was the most comfortable explanation of who I am. So, like, some people are like, yeah, it just feels right. So it was what felt right, even though being agender is a lack of the feeling of a connection to a gender. So it just, I'm very, very comfortable with it now. And I remember when I thought that I was a trans guy, I was very, very insecure with my gender expression. And so I was like, I have to be masculine all the time.
Okay, yeah.
But once I came out as agender, I was finally like, you know, I'm actually being myself this time. I'm not overcompensating. I'm not lying to myself. I'm me, finally.
And that's something that I think that you just radiate. Like when I just saw you on the gender diversity panel, and you have so much patience with people and so much compassion, and I think that that's you have such a maturity about you. So I'm glad, I can tell how comfortable you are, and that's like the most beautiful thing.
I am speechless. I'm overcome. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, less serious. Oh wait, no, we're still going serious. Okay, so what should folks really know about being non-binary? Because, you know, I exist within the binary. That's why I really, really wanted to introduce you on my channel, because I am learning so much from you and so much from other non-binary friends. So what should folks know about being non-binary? And also, because obviously I'm going to put all of your information around so that everyone can watch your amazing, funny, thoughtful, incredible channel. But are there other YouTubers like in the non-binary community that have helped, you know, educate you on their identities as well? And would you recommend people watching them too?
So, first things first. What to know about non-binary people. We are not lying. We are not special snowflakes. This is actually how we feel. We are not trying to be unique and like out of the ordinary. Want to be something totally new and different. Non-binary identities have always existed.
Yep.
Trans people have always existed.
Totally.
So just acknowledging the fact that we are real, our feelings are valid, and every single different type of non-binary identity is real and valid. Like, I know, I personally am agender, but I do know other YouTubers that are not fully binary gender identities. Like, Ashley Mardell currently says that she's testing the waters with identifying as non-binary and demigirl and just a bunch of different identities that she's testing the waters with. Totally fine to test the waters with different gender identities, because you don't know if something feels right until you try it. Yeah.
You were testing all the waters. And
Then another few people that I put in that I asked to be in my non-binary video. There's laineybot, who actually still claims feminine words. So like, though their pronouns are they, them, they're still like fine with people calling them like wife. And so like mother. I know that they have a kid, and I've talked to them quite a few times. They have a son, and they still say that they're like a mother and a wife. And so there's
so interesting.
Yeah, so like,
well, those words are like roles.
Yeah.
You know, even though they're gendered roles, if you like strip away the gender, it's still like, you know.
Some things we just don't have gender neutral words for in the English language. Like, we have parent.
Parents.
But like, what's the gender neutral term of like aunt or uncle? We don't have that yet.
You're so right.
Yeah, so like, there's some non-binary people that still like claim gendered terms, even though they still identify as non-binary. So like, that's what they do. Another YouTuber that I know of that we actually met here at VidCon is Kaitlyn Alexander, Realistically Saying. So I have another friend who, their YouTube channel is dumandsONE, and they
I just subscribe to them.
Yes.
Yay.
They actually have claimed multiple different types of identities. So like, non-binary, like I said, is just not being 100% male or 100% female. And so they have claimed the words bigender and agender in like a gender fluid type of way. So they explained this in much detail to me. But another thing, like with non-binary identities, is it's not just like just one for everybody. Some people feel multiple different things. So There's
Yeah.
a bunch of different things that people can feel, and if we didn't have these feelings, there wouldn't be a word for it. That's what I
Exactly.
always say when people are like, these don't exist. Okay, well, why is there a word for it
Exactly.
then? Like, alright.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Teal. Do I radiate that cool,
You
calm
do.
color type feel?
You really do, actually. When you feel down, what helps you feel better?
Hedgehog videos. My internet guilty pleasure is hedgehog vines. I only created a Vine account just so I could watch hedgehog vines. And
That's
the
a
thing
good
is,
reason to create a Vine
is
account.
you're right. And since there are a lot of states that don't allow hedgehogs, the majority of the vines that I find are from people in Japan with their hedgehogs. So I have absolutely no idea what the Japanese characters say in the description, but I'm like, that's a hedgehog. I'm excited. I'm following you.
And really, the most important question that I had is, and last but really not least, if you could have a superpower, or two, I'm not going to restrict you.
Okay.
I don't, as many as you want, what superpower would you want?
Without a doubt, my top two
Mm-hmm.
would be to talk to animals and to read minds. Those are the only things I care about in this world in terms of superpowers. Because animals are my favorite thing in the whole world. If I could talk to them, my mom actually tells me that I have a connection with animals. They just like me. So
That's fine.
when animals are terrified of other things, they come to me.
Oh,
My dog,
I think that means something.
I know.
Yeah.
My dog, whenever he's scared, he doesn't like coming up our stairs, but whenever there's a thunderstorm, he comes right to my room and he knows that he can stay on my bed with me, which is weird to me to know that he trusts me like that. But even with animals that I've never seen before, they immediately can calm down and be around me and sit on my lap.
That's
Which is the
awesome.
best thing for me, because it's almost like I'm telepathically telling them, hey, you can trust me.
You're a safe space.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I just give off that vibe to people and animals.
Yeah.
And
but then you
then
also want to read minds.
Reading minds. The reason why this is so important to me is because I always have these thoughts where I'm just like, oh my gosh, what if someone could read my mind? Then I'd be thinking something like this. Or what if I could if someone was reading my mind and I'm thinking this, and I don't know why I do this, but every once in a while I'm like, if someone's staring at me, I'll think hey, if you're reading my mind, clap your hands or something, or they probably know what I'm thinking. Or I don't know why I do that.
Oh my gosh, that's so clever.
But I just think it would be so cool to read someone's mind, to know how people work, how they react, which is why I took a psychology class. I just like knowing why people do what they do.
Yeah.
So if I could read their minds, hey, that'd make it a lot easier.
Yeah, it would definitely make it way easier. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm incredibly thankful that you are just a wonderful being and that you feel comfortable sharing your experiences with me and so much of the world. That representation is absolutely necessary.
Thank you.
And I really hope that you can come on up to visit me in Boston sometime.
I would like to.
Yeah. We'll bring your mom, bring my mom, and we'll have a little family date.
Oh my gosh, didn't you tell me
Yeah.
that you were gonna have my mom and your mom be Facebook friends?
I think they should be. They're gonna get along so well. So now that we're friends, next level is moms.
Of course.
We got it.
Family friendship.
Family friendship. Oh, Chandler, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
I'll put all of their info below so you can see the beauty that I've been so blessed to see as well. Oh, and I've learned this too from them. I can fit in with the cool crowd now. Awesome. All right. Bye.
Bye.